Hello everyone, it's Rose and welcome back to Cheap Lazy Vegan and another mukbang. This is another episode of Munching Mondays, which is my mukbang series. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe because I'm about to eat this feast and I eat a feast every Monday. So, yes. First of all, guys, before I jump in, I have a new mic situation. I got one of these clip-on mics because apparently I'm professional. Let me know what you think of the sound. I was really getting annoyed with my old mic, which all of a sudden started making a lot of noise. It was annoying me. So I got a new mic. I'm not sure how it's gonna be. Let me know. Get me some feedback. Okay, hopefully it's good. Secondly, my eyebrows are super dark because I just got them microbladed again. So that's why they're super dark. Okay, just putting that out there. All right, you guys, so today I'm eating this epic, I can't even call this a hot dog. This is more of a sub. I used a sub, what do you call these? A submarine type bread, okay? I didn't use a hot dog bun, I used a sub bun because I didn't have a hot dog bun, but I think this looks even more epic. So this is actually a kimchi hot dog or a kimchi hot dog sub thing. It's topped with kimchi. I don't know if you guys can see. I stir fried some kimchi and onion and I topped it off and I added a bunch of toppings. There's like jalapeno, there's green onion, there's nori sheets that I've chopped up. There is a vegan hot dog in there. If you can see, it's right there. I had to cut it up into pieces so that I can disperse them because it's not meant for this giant sub. I also put some spinach, there's some shredded cabbage. There's just like, it's just like very, very loaded. And yeah, I'm super excited. I'm using an Eve's veggie hot dog. So it's a vegan hot dog. Everything is vegan. The kimchi is my mom's delicious kimchi. I stole some from my cafe. She made it for the cafe, but I stole some. Yeah, if you guys want the recipe for vegan kimchi that is really, really delicious, I'll link that recipe video down below. So yeah, this is an epic vegan kimchi hot dog. I'm actually gonna add this recipe into my new Asian vegan recipes ebook, which is going to come out shortly, and I'm working on it very hardly, because that book actually focuses a lot on Asian recipes, but also Asian fusion style recipes, and this is like a perfect Asian fusion dish. So, all right guys, let me just dig in here. Can I have a bite of this? I don't know if I can bite this. Okay, let's try. That's classy. The only negative thing about this is that it is hard to eat, so I'm just gonna cut it up. There we go. Yum. Oh my god. That's so good. Don't eat this on a first date though. Got this messiness. Here's the kimchi. That's so good. That's delicious. Baby carrot. But yeah, it's super messy to eat, but it's so worth it. I'm gonna grab a fork. So yeah, guys, I kind of wanted to discuss veganism again. Oh my gosh, seriously. When will the drama stop? You know what's really annoying about being a vegan? I just feel like we're constantly having to explain ourselves, when really, we should not be the ones having to explain ourselves. I'm kind of in a ranty mood, so just gonna warn you right there. I just feel like when you're vegan, you're almost like forced into one of two categories. the super judgmental militant vegan that can't shut up, or the vegan that thinks everything is okay and accepts everyone and never judges anyone. Let me just tell you that you can be somewhere in the middle. I feel like it's a battle because as humans, we don't want to disrupt the peace, if you will. We don't want to be those people that are being annoying or being judgy or whatever, but at the same time, we're all judgmental. It's just easy to go with the crowd than against. That's the only thing. When it's popular to be against something, it's easy to be against it. But when it's unpopular to be against something, even though we should be against it, it's so much harder to stand up for yourself. I feel like I'm gonna eat this really fast. What I mean is, human beings are just so annoying in so many ways. It's like, if you're vegan, right? You are forced to decide whether you need to keep standing up for your beliefs or you need to keep the peace and just shut up, essentially. It's hard to find a balance of standing up for your beliefs and not, here's the thing, it's not about standing up for your beliefs, it's about standing up for the animals. It's not about our beliefs, because let's face it, we all have the same belief that we should not harm animals. It's just that vegans are the ones that actually take it to an actionable level. So it annoys me when people are like, oh, vegans are so judgmental. Really? No, you're just hypocritical. Yes, maybe vegans are judgmental, but so are you, and so is every single person on this planet. If you see a video of a man torturing an animal and that video goes viral, do you want to see the comments under that video? Like, go look at the comments under that video. I can guarantee you that 99% of those comments are not coming from a vegan, okay? Those comments are violent. They are extremely gruesome sometimes. They're like, that man deserves to this and this and this and this. There's so much anger under these videos of people abusing animals because people feel very passionate and very angry about this animal, this poor victim being hurt. Please take that and realize that this is what vegans deal with on a daily basis, because we actually see that animals are being abused on a daily basis, not just in a viral Facebook video, you know? It's so hypocritical. If I went outside and I started abusing a dog or a cat or whatever animal, people would stop me, do something, they would say something. But just because it's not happening in your plain sight does not mean it's not happening, period. And it's like, we're the ones that have to face the criticism. Like, vegans are the ones that have to face the criticism of being judgmental, when really a man eats a live goldfish and then he almost goes to jail. Fishing is legal. Why can't you eat a live goldfish? Like, can we be a little bit more intellectually honest, please? I know it's uncomfortable because you don't want to admit that, you know, maybe something you're doing could be harming animals that you love so much. And I genuinely believe that most people don't. Oh my God, look at this hot dog. I genuinely believe that most people don't want to harm animals. I genuinely believe that most people actually don't want to do harm. But because they were raised in a world where eating animals and using animals for whatever we want to is normalized, and because we don't see these things on a regular basis, we justify this behavior somehow. But a man that eats a live goldfish can get 20 years in prison or whatever. That's probably not true, but like, Do you know how many fish die every single freaking day because of fishing and animal agriculture? And not just die, but die very gruesome deaths, live very horrible lives. Billions, guys, billions. I don't know who I'm preaching to, by the way, but I'm just like ranting right now because it's annoying. I think I'm also in like an agitated mood because I've been doing my taxes for the last few hours. God bless you, accountants, because I don't know how you do it. Anyway, what was I saying? The annoying thing is, I get that, you know, we're socially conditioned to behave in a certain way and normalize things that otherwise wouldn't be normal under other social circumstances. So we're socially conditioned to behave a certain way. And also it's very difficult to undo that conditioning. I think that's why so many people find it very difficult to go vegan, because it's very difficult to get past your conditioning, especially when you've been conditioned as a child. But I think many of us are now relatively educated enough to stop lying to ourselves and keep saying that it's normal to love animals and eat them at the same time. It's intellectually dishonest. Admit that you've been conditioned. Admit that whatever you're doing is not because you love animals. It's just because you've been conditioned and it's normal for you and it's hard to get past that conditioning. That is all. Stop trying to stop vegans from spreading this message just because you have been conditioned to think that it's normal to eat animals when you love them too. Do you love dogs? If you ask somebody, do you love dogs? And they say yes. And then they say, but I also eat them. Does that sound normal to you? I guess what's annoying is that I try to understand people, but we also need to keep coming back to the voiceless victims that are the animals. And I'm not perfect, I know that. But damn, it's hypocritical what we're doing, you know? Anyone can literally be socially ostracized if he is caught abusing a dog one time, and which is horrible. You should never abuse any animal. But then billions of people are eating animals every single day and then laughing at vegans for fighting for a cause that they actually believe in inside here, okay? If you say you're against animal abuse, then that means you are against mass manufacture of animals. So you're telling me that you're against animal abuse, yet you are saying vegans are judgmental? I understand the need to appeal to other humans. That's a need that many of us have, that most of us have. It's part of human nature. But I feel like at the same time, we gotta stand up for these animals. It's hard to find that balance. Because on one hand, if you believe it's wrong for yourself to harm other animals, then that means you believe that it's wrong for anyone else to harm other animals. This isn't a personal choice. If it's an ethical stance against victims, it's not a personal choice. Why is it so hard to understand? If it's wrong for me to intentionally harm another animal when it is unnecessary to do so and I have other options, then that means it is also wrong for somebody else to do the same under the same circumstances. Now, am I gonna go and parade around all of my family and friends and tell them that they're evil and they have to go vegan right away? No, of course not. I still love my family and friends. They're not perfect. I'm not perfect either. But it doesn't mean that the participation in animal agriculture is right. You can't have it both ways. You can't be against animal abuse, but then be okay with people abusing animals. You can't be against animal abuse and against animal agriculture, but then be completely okay with other people participating in animal abuse and giving money to animal agriculture. You can't have it both ways. I get it. I understand, I try to understand, and it's hard because if we were in the majority, it'd be so easy to push our beliefs onto everybody. It's because vegans are in the minority, that's why it's so hard for us to even talk about it without being labeled judgmental and militant, or whatever word you want to use. I'm getting really fired up because what annoys me is that we're the ones that actually live in alignment with what we say we believe in and what we preach. I'm not gonna be typing up something underneath a video of a guy abusing a dog when I just had a steak for lunch, you know? Well, maybe I was like that before, but now I realize that that is hypocritical in and of itself. Maybe I'm not going out there and stabbing a cow myself. But the fact of the matter is, if it's unnecessary to consume animal products and we continue to put money in that, we should at least acknowledge that even though it's difficult, maybe the best way to do it is not put our money in that. So I hate this demonizing vegans thing, okay? It happens only because we are a minority. That's the only reason why it happens. Because vegans are still, what, 1% of the population. So it's easy to pick on vegans and say that we're in the wrong. Even though, if you ask anybody on the street, are you against animal abuse? The great majority of normal, mentally stable people will say yes. The problem is that most people that talk to a vegan has never been approached with this topic. They've never thought about it. So I would urge you, if you're not thinking about this, start thinking about it from a critical standpoint. Ask yourself why you think it's normal to eat other animals and yet call some animals your friends. People say vegans are on like a high horse. First of all, vegans don't ride horses, so I don't know what you're talking about. People are like, oh my god, you're on a moral high horse. No, we're not. No, we're not. We are just living in accordance with our values. We are just actually practicing our values in real life. The thing is, when something is immoral, we have a duty to speak out against it. Haven't you been told this when you were in elementary school? If you see a child being picked on, you're supposed to go and help this child or speak out or do something, because if you don't do anything, then you are part of the problem. Haven't you heard this? So if you see something wrong happening in society, then what's our moral duty? We can't shut up about this shit. What if Martin Luther King shut up about racism, you know? What if everyone just shut up throughout history? We'd still be living in the Stone Ages, guys. It's just easy to dismiss vegans because the cause that we're fighting for, the victims can't speak for themselves, they can't fight for themselves. So they get left out of the equation very often. If they could speak, it'd be a different story, you know? I think like it's hard sometimes to find the balance between being frustrated about the situation of what's happening in this earth and nobody understanding you and you trying to explain it to them, but also be nice about it, but also not be in their face about it, but also still speak up for yourself, but also still speak up for the animals. How do you find that balance? It's hard, you know? So I get when people get frustrated when they go vegan, or you know, they always want to say, I'm not one of those judgmental vegans, I'm not one of those people. Because it's so easy to just be the one that everybody likes. Someone that's not controversial. Anyway, that was my rant. You know, vegans get the shit end of the stick. It's like we're screaming and no one is listening. You guys, once again, I have demolished my food. Whew, I don't know. I hope you guys enjoy my rant. What I try to do, right, in life is find somewhat of a balance, okay? Because I think it is a problem when vegans are extreme and not kind of meeting people where they are, right? I think the problem is that when you go vegan, you get super passionate, like you've seen here, and you get angry and you get frustrated that no one else understands you, and it can be very challenging to be calm in that situation. So I think a lot of people, you know, they go out and they just like say things according to what they now understand. The problem is most people are not there and they don't really see things the way that you do at that moment. So when you start using aggressive language and when you start pointing fingers and being extremely judgmental, it comes off in a negative way, and then people don't want to hear you and all of those things. It's a lot to do with like human psychology, I feel. So that's why I try to like, you know, meet in the middle where, you know, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I think it's completely okay that you are buying animal products or using animal products, but I'm also not going to be like, you're evil because you're doing this. I actually don't think anyone is evil. I actually don't even know if there's such thing as good or evil. I don't know. I feel like we're just a product of our cells and the environment that we're in, and we almost can't even control our actions because we are just a manufactured product of our environment and our biology. I don't know. Whew. Anyways, so that's it, guys. As you can tell, I'm pretty passionate about this topic, and I think there's so much misunderstanding on both ends from vegans and non-vegans, and yeah, I just want to dial the conversation back to animals and the environment and the bigger picture rather than what's happening here on social media. I want to dial the conversation back to those billions of animals that are being abused and neglected and tortured and killed every single day. That's what's important. Anyways, I'm gonna stop talking because I feel like I'm gonna ramble forever if I don't stop now. All right, you guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, of course, give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. I don't always rant and I don't always talk about something super controversial, but I do mukbang videos every Monday as part of Munching Mondays. So if you enjoy mukbang videos or if you enjoy vegan content, of course, do not forget to subscribe. If you stay till the end here, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!